This is a 2008 PRS SC245 that I bought brand new in 2014 from Guitar Center in North Dallas. It's become my #1 guitar. It's more or less stock, and it's a guitar that you've probably heard a lot of if you follow the channel or you've checked out the music that I make with Fractal. Get asked many questions about this guitar, from the type of setup I have to the pickups to the string gauge that I use on here. So I wanted to do this little video to kind of answer some of those questions and also just celebrate why I like this guitar so much. You should probably hear it first though. So it's no surprise that a single cut guitar with a short scale with 2 humbuckers sounds nice and thick and creamy. I mentioned that I bought this guitar new in 2014. It's a 2008 model. Guitar Center was having this big clearance in the States in 2014 on their pre-2013 PRS stock. So I thought, I got nothing to lose. Why don't I go check out some of their guitars? And I tried a bunch of other lovely PRS guitars, but it wasn't until I played this one, strummed a single D chord on it and went, yeah, I think this is going to be the one. And I'd had a conversation with my mate and friend of the channel and podcast co-host, Mr. Troy Nababan, earlier that year about kind of finding my guitar and the guitar that really reflected my voice the best. You know, the conversation was something along the lines of, hey, Leon, you've got a lot of great guitars, but you don't have the Leon Todd guitar. And when I found this guitar, I kind of think I found the Leon Todd guitar. Basically, all I've changed on here are the machine heads. They are Godot locking SD90 tuners because I like locking tuners, and the pickups are the stock 245 pickups, which I think sound great for the type of tones I like. I use this guitar in drop C with Elixir 10 to 52s. It's got, I'm not going to say a super low action, but definitely a low action on here. There's kind of no funky stuff happening with the setup here. It's got the original kind of wraparound tailpiece, which intones well enough for what I'm doing. I think if I was going to, say, redesign this guitar, I might go for a standard Tuner-matic and stock tailpiece on here, just because it gives you a little bit of extra control. I personally don't really need it that much. This guitar is fine the way it is, and it's just more a matter of preference because, you know, I've got a lot of Les Paul style guitars in here. So let's hear this. Crunchy compared to, say, a Les Paul with PAFs, and then a Les Paul with a Gibson Dirty Fingers, just to give you an idea of the crunch tone, which is not my favorite tone out of this guitar. Then we'll hear it against another PRS, a Custom 24 with a Duncan Custom 5 in the bridge for the kind of big, chunky tone that I like to use when I'm playing live. And I think you can hear what this guitar does really well with that example. I'll then give you an example next to my Hamer Standard, which has a Duncan Jazz in the neck, because that Duncan Jazz and the Hamer Standard is probably my favorite clean neck pickup. And I'll let you hear what the neck pickup and then the middle combo sounds like on this guitar, just to give you an idea of where it lies tonally and why I like it. You could hear with the crunch tones that it doesn't really sound like a classic Les Paul. It's close, but with the PAFs or the dirty fingers with that Marshall style tone, that kind of sounds classic. This needs a little bit of tweaking in there. I think it sounded better boosted into that Marshall style tone. But in drop C with these strings and these pickups, if I wanted to do a classic rock gig, it probably wouldn't be the right guitar. Hearing it with that Boogie Mark series tone though, it's glorious. It's really articulate. You can get an immense amount of kind of low-end control out of it, and you know, you put a whole bunch of grease on it and it sounds absolutely amazing. It's easy to play. It works really, really great live. It holds its tuning. It records really well. All of Ragdoll's Back to Zero album and our most recent singles were recorded with this guitar. It's just the guitar that I turn to when I really want to sound like me. And I think that's the important thing when looking for a guitar. It's really easy to get caught up in specs and what type of finish it has and all the extra candy. But ultimately, if you play the guitar and it doesn't really speak to your heart and the kind of things that you like to hear, and it doesn't really inspire you that little bit extra, it can still be a great guitar. You can still enjoy playing it, but it may not be the one. So I want to hear from all of you now. What guitar that you own would you consider the one? What's the one that you just kind of got it and you knew this was going to be your main squeeze for a very, very long time? Why do you like it? What type of tones do you like to pull from it? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, you can support it in a variety of different ways. You can pick up some of the music that I make with this guitar by following the link in the video description, or you can come and join my Discord and post photos of your favorite guitar and talk about them even more. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.